Let's queer up religion. Group of transgender Italian women thank Pope for his message of inclusivity. The sundown, is that right? Wait,
rundown.
The rundown. I want to say sundown. The sundown beach town of Torvaianica. I butchered that. Please, Italians, don't write. I love you. Is about 35 kilometers, 20 miles south of the Vatican. But for transgender women who live there, it had seemed light years away until a rapprochement with the Catholic Church that began during the COVID-19 lockdown and led to an invitation to have lunch with Pope Francis. Recently, Claudia Victoria Salas, 55, and Carla Segovia, 46, both Argentinian, were in a group of transgender people among about 1,200 poor and homeless people who attended the lunch of the Church's World Day of the Poor. To her surprise, Salas, a former sex worker, found herself seated opposite the Pope, who was also Argentinian, at the main table in the auditorium, where the pontiff holds his general audience in winter. Carla Segovia, 46, a sex worker, said that they feel a bit more human now as Pope Francis has made an effort to bring their community closer to the church. Recently, the Vatican's doctrinal office issued a statement saying transgender people can be godparents at Roman Catholic baptisms, witnesses at religious weddings, and receive baptism themselves. LGBTQ plus rights activists in the church welcomed the move, while conservatives condemned it, accusing Francis of sending confusing signals about sexual morality to the faithful. Well, this is big. This is big because we all know how strict the Catholic Church has been in regards to our community. So for the Pope to come out and pretty much give us his blessing and say that we can be included in religious ceremonies and baptism, that's huge for our community. It really is.
To be godparents, that's fantastic. You know, I mean, I'm married to a recovering Catholic, and you know, it's okay, right? You know, it's hard. You know, I love stained glass windows, and I love how churches smell. And there's something about that the smoke that they do, right?
Yeah.
You know, I love all that stuff, but I never allowed myself to really sit in one of those churches because I always felt, you know, you're gay, you're an abomination, you know, all these crappy things that they say at those sermons, and then. Fast forward and I could just imagine these transgender women feeling all this, feeling and what they've been told forever. They live in Italy, for God's sake, right? They live 20 miles from the Vatican, okay? The holy city. So to sit across from the Pope and have a meal, you know, to visually see him in eye range and feel that he doesn't hate me. You know, this guy is so beloved, and I know that he's just a man among men, but for whatever reason, he's held in that high regard. He's put on that pedestal, and we want him to see us too.
Yes.
You know, I grew up Catholic, and like, you know, many people in Latin America, so I'm part of the 99.9% of Latin Americans that are Catholic. And we were having a conversation about that yesterday, me and my friends, having breakfast yesterday. All four of us were Latinos, and you know, we all have different sentiments about you know what we have been through. Yeah, and we're talking about exactly that. And I have to say something, even though I don't go to church anymore and I have issues against the Catholic Church, I do find Pope Francis to be somebody that is making an effort, and as the first Pope of Latin American descent. And as an Argentinian, I do give him credit for at least building a bridge to our community and to start the conversation.
I don't think that popes before even said the word transgender. I don't think they even said that.
No. He's a progressive.
He
is a
is.
progressive.
He replaced Benedict. And Benedict was the most backwards. I mean, rest in peace. But the most backwards of the popes. I mean,
rest
seriously.
in peace bullshit. Okay, a lot of priests freaking hurt a lot of kids. So F you. I'm sorry. Roll over in your grave. I don't give a shit. I was never a Catholic, so don't care.
As a Catholic, I can't say that.
Again, but that's
I'll say it. I'm a Catholic.
but that's the brainwashing that they do to you.
Yeah, they do.
Fear that
I
even
feel
now
bad. I
you
feel
still
bad.
like, I know you can't say that. The guy's dead.
I know.
Yeah.
I know. I feel bad about saying that, but I feel good about complimenting,
Yes.
Francis
Yes.
for making an effort, and at least, especially about around the vast community of Catholics in Latin America. This is important. Argentina just elected a new president yesterday. A guy
Very
from
far
the
right.
very far right.
From the far
a lot of-
right?
Yeah,
Very
so
scary.
Oh
very
my
much
God.
in the likes of Bolsonaro and Trump
Oh
and all
my
that. Very extreme.
God.
And even though I'm not crazy about the Peronistas there, but this guy is putting a lot of the rights of Argentinian LGBT community,
Yeah.
including the trans community, at risk because he already said it, and abortion and many other
It's
issues.
like that tug of war. It's like that backlash. Anytime like groups of people are having progression with their civil rights movement, and I think people get scared, and so it's backlash, and I'm seeing it all around the world. Like just like you said in Argentina, I bet you before they were pretty progressive, but
the
there's-
first country
yeah.
in Latin America that legalized same-sex marriage.
But most of
Argentina.
the other countries in South America and Central America have left-leaning leaders.
Right,
So
but
it's gonna
this
be
is
a challenge with this new Argentinian president.
But this is completely to
Anyway,
the other end.
But about the Pope, it's also, in addition to being, like an activist, basically he's an activist in this moment, what he's doing. But he's also of generation, which makes it a very interesting move for him. He's 84.
You're right.
It's a big deal.
Yeah.
Not just coming from a Catholic Pope, the pontiff, but also from someone who's in that generation.
Yeah, for sure.
He believes in modernity, right? So he believes this is modern time. So he's
Yeah.
bringing the
You're looking
Catholic
to the
Church
forward,
to the
to the
21st
future.
century.
and perhaps he's being more Christ-like.
Hello.
Oh, go figure.
Right? Yeah,
Finally
if you're
somebody
calling
is.
yourself a
Definitely.
Christian,
Right?
That's
right?
right.
Didn't Christ sit with all types of people?
Hello.
Yeah.
At least
Absolutely.
that's what I heard. That's what the stories of the Bible say.
I was there, and I can tell you.
No, you